Grandad, can you fix the wheels on our car? This is the front axle. It's got a 3mm wide slot in the end there, like a circlip slot, but it's 3mm wide and 2mm deep. It's an M10 or a metric 10mm start, about 80mm long. Looks like I've got some parts finished on the printer. These are the new wheel bearing and wheel bearing retention parts that I've made. I've turned this up out of aluminium. It's got a 32mm end. It's about 65mm long in total, 55mm up to the step, 16mm where my thumb is, and about 15.5mm there. That's to fit inside the plastic wheel. There's a little lump on the axle back there that will run back onto. Look, aluminium's not the perfect bearing, but it's got to be better than plastic on steel. That's I reamed that hole in there, so that runs quite smoothly. These are collets that I've 3D printed. That little step in the inside there fits in that groove. I'll hold that up to that, and you see the step inside fits there. It's two-part because you can't get it on as a single part, and the nut goes over the top. It's got a hexagon end in it to help tighten it up. The two parts fit together like that with the nut over the top. That's it about to go together. I can't do it single-handedly. There's the hex key in the front there, so that once this is inside the wheel you can't hold the back, but that's all just turning at the moment. That's that collet and nut tightened up. It can still turn on the axle, it doesn't really matter. The wheel will rotate on that aluminium bushing. It's a little snug at the moment, but I'm sure that'll free up. This is the original bearing and wheel retainer. I don't know whether it's missing a sleeve on here because that's 10mm, and inside the wheel it's about 15.5mm up that end. Really, the only part that connects with the wheel is this outer here. Now that's retained there loosely. It fits like a cock in a corridor, as Grant would say. Max Grant I'm talking about. So that's got a press button arrangement and it pulls off. There are pins in there that spread when you press that button. I see that pin sort of working its way out there. You can't see them, but they means the wheels are easy fit, but slop around like buggery. The wheels are just all plastic. That original boss went up inside that hole, and there's about a 15mm plus hole on that side. My new aluminium bearing pushes up inside there, fits quite snug. I probably can't do it holding the phone. I'll press it in. That's the aluminium bushing pushed in there, comes right through to the other side, snug in this side and snug in that side. The wheel isn't solid in the middle, so it sort of has to span between both sides of the plastic, but it will now support that plastic much better, and we'll feed that on there. It'll run without much wobble in it at all. I'll run a bit of grease on there to lube that aluminium bearing. These collet pieces are designed to fit up inside there and clip in like that. Two pieces like that, and then the nut goes on, but everything will turn here now, and that's why I've got the hexagon in the end, although it's going on part way at the moment. It's now starting to turn, so I need to use the Allen key. So that's the wheel fixed. The collet's not rotating on the axle. The wheel behind it has got very little play in it now, virtually no end float, and so that job's done.
You're a big boy.
I just fixed the wheels on this. I need a kid to sit in it and drive it. So get out to your shed and have some fun.